Hi, I'm Rebecca Reed. I'm here today to talk a little bit about how we use Google Earth in our homeschool. My son Raisin likes to spend hours on Google Earth. I'm not by any means an expert on all the different things that Google Earth offers. There are lots of things you can find on the Google Earth website, but these are just some of the things that we do that we enjoy. One of the first things you will notice when you open Google Earth is that there is a search bar. Yes, you can search for anything, anywhere, and find directions from America to Australia, and it tells you to get a boat and paddle for some of it. It's quite fun to search all over. You can also sightsee. They have a special tour that you can use. You can also add in specific places to go back to later. You can see we have a shortcut here for Grandma and Grandpa's house. There are also lots of different layers you can look at, the ocean layers, the three-dimensional building layers. So experiment with those and find the ones that are the most interesting. I've never seen the Grand Canyon, so I really enjoy finding it on Google Earth and seeing what it looks like. Another thing that's wonderful about Google Earth is the ability to look at historical images. Of course, this is limited to satellite imagery. So, for example, O'Hare, you can only compare 1993 to today. Other places you can go back further. But even on this simple picture from 1993, you can see that since then the runways have been expanded. So even 20 years, you can make a lot of difference. And of course, for my first grader, 20 years is a long time. My son, because he enjoys maps so much, he also collects addresses off of any envelopes or letters that he finds. He loves finding these addresses on the map and getting there from our house. For example, so here are some maps of northern Illinois, north of Chicago, which is the area where we live. And you can see a line showing where things go. He learns his directions. He learns the ways to get places. And these are skills that will come in handy for him. Now it's time for close-up. If you zoom in on a location, you can still see the satellite imagery a little bit closer. This is the Willis Tower, formerly the Sears Tower. And the satellites can't show everything though, so you will notice that architects have made a rendering of the Willis Tower so we can see this three-dimensional building on top of the satellite imagery. But you can also click on Street View and you can see what it looks like if you're standing on the street, and if you happen to look up, oh look, there is the Sears Tower. Willis Tower, I'm sorry. Been from Chicago my whole life. It's hard to change the name of it. As I said, my son loves looking for directions from places. If you click on Street View, you can still follow those same directions, see what it looks like step by step of the way. It takes a long time to get anywhere that way, but if that's what you like my son, then it's a lot of fun. Let's shift now to Washington, D.C. It's a lot of fun. First of all, because it has so many different historical photos. You can see what the White House looked like when FDR was there, such as this picture here. You can also see lots of the architectural buildings in Washington, D.C. There are lots of museums and buildings. Another wonderful thing you can do for some of these historical buildings is when you click on the buildings in Street View, it takes you inside and you can see the rooms. For example, in the White House, you can see a lot of the rooms. When you can't see the rooms, such as the Oval Office, doesn't have a photo in there for Street View, but it does have articles and you can learn about them. And my son got really excited and wanted to learn more about the White House as we were finding photos for this video. Let's go overseas. My son has never been to Paris. I don't know about you, but it's not really in our budget this year. But we can go to Paris so easily by looking at these images and seeing how things were. Again, there's a historical image, 1943 Paris, yet then and today. Imagine you're walking in the park in Paris and you look up, oh look, there's the Eiffel Tower over there. Let's keep walking a little bit. Pretty soon you're underneath it. It's amazing. There you have it, guys. You can go a little farther than your home just by going on Google Earth and finding what the world looks like. I'm grateful for this tool, and as I said, I'm not an expert on Google Earth, but I know there are lots of things we can learn from it, and I hope you enjoy experimenting with Google Earth and finding ways that it might help you in your homeschool. We have a lot to learn. Thanks for listening. Hi, I'm Rebecca Reed. I'm here today to talk a little bit about how we use Google Earth in our homeschool.